Kia ora, New Zealand, and welcome to another episode of Sweet Chain Live. I'm this week's host. You all know me as Morgan Hardeveld, and the beautiful man I actually don't know if he's on my left or my right, but part-time co-host, NZDG extraordinaire, Mr. Arne Burgess. Welcome to the show, brother.
Yeah, bro. How are you?
Yep, I'm all good, mate. We'll just kick things right off by going. The weather across the country has been absolutely atrocious. It's all across the news. It's across every single Facebook post that I've seen all day long. People being urged to stay off courses. So I just wanted to put a bit of it's not really a shout out, but just sing out to all you guys out there. Hope you're all safe. Had a good day, had a good week. And I hope you did get some disc golf in before things turned a little bit pear-shaped. Bird, you told me right before the show that you may have to dip out at some point if something goes a little bit awry. You're on the Queenstown Council's immediate response team, is that right?
Yeah. So, but we've just dropped out of red alert, so should be all good. The wind and the rain, the worst of it seems to have stopped. But the lakes and the rivers around Otago and Southland will keep rising for the next couple of days. So don't go paddleboarding.
Don't go paddleboarding. If you take anything from tonight's show, that's it. Speaking of tonight's show, Burgie, we are obviously going to go through all of the crowd favourites that we do every week. Hot scores will be the first on the agenda once we get to it. We'll be going over last week's Temuka Tussle results. Then we'll be looking forward to the South Island Masters games and the Taupo Thermal Throwdown.
Yes.
We'll obviously be looking forward to the Sweet Chain Nation, having a little bit of more chat on that. Disc Duel, as always, and then Disc Golf Valley. If you look straight above my head, the code is right there. I'm just going to give you guys a heads up. Tom has pulled one out of his back end this week. The man usually shoots about 10 over par, and he didn't this week. So go hard at that. See if you can beat him.
Much better than me.
Yeah, better than me too. Surprise. And outside of that and the favourites and random things that we bring up during the show, that'll be it. I do want to shout out all you guys that are subscribers. We are currently at 496 subscribers, Burge. Pretty bloody good.
That's pretty close, mate.
4 more away from our next giveaway. Awesome. Let's go, guys. Some amount of percent of you that are viewing right now are not subscribed. I'm doing my best Matt impression here. So please like, follow, subscribe. Let's get that number plus 500. Let's give away some more plastic and other prizes.
100%. You know what I've done to help that subscriber count is when I've travelled away for work and someone else has signed into the YouTube on the hotel TV, they get a random subscription to Sweet Chain Live. So, just randomly they're getting disc golf content just pop up because they failed to sign out of their YouTube whilst on holiday. So
that's a good point. I mean, if you guys don't know, I manage properties for a job. I definitely get to see a lot of people's YouTube accounts that we could definitely do this to.
100%. I mean, this is what could take Sweet Chain Live international. Because they're all international guests, I would assume. Well, most of them are.
Just get it in the algorithm, you reckon?
Yeah, Sweet Chain Live in Nicaragua.
Yes. So, guys, like, follow, subscribe, and obviously we will finish the show out with power ranking. Sorry, I missed that one off the list. But as we do every week, Burge, we're going to start with hot scores. I'm going to figure out where the heck I put this on my screen, and I will kick us off down in the deep south. Down in Queen's Park in Invercargill, where I don't know if no one played disc golf this week because the weather has been atrocious, or if there is an error on the Queen's Park scores, the Invercargill scores on UDisc. I've got no one. What? Could not find a single person. So we're going to head over to Chingford. Cam Mackay and Calvin Cummings with a 6 under par this week, getting it done. Staying around that neck of the woods at Brockville, Mr. C. Hunter 1 with a 1 over par. And then up into my neck of the woods and your neck of the woods, Burge, where Fly Park sees a 3 under par by Max Coe. Now, we don't have the proficient skills of Mr. Matt Drake, and we don't have the list of the real names. So you're going to get a couple of interesting ones get spat out here on these hot scores this week. But we are going to go to the Queenstown Gardens after that, where Albert shoots an 11 under par. Over to Lismore and Rickle, I'm just going to say Rickle, shoots 5 under par. Up into Jelly Park in Christchurch, and he's back in town. Phil Bother 11's down for the hot score this week. He's back, baby. He's been on holiday. He's back. He's refreshed, and I reckon we might see his name on a couple more hot scores in the weeks to come. Bottle Lake sees Jedi with an 8 down, and then Jamie, I'm going to call him 007, with a 10 down at Warren Park. Up to Smallbone Reserve, still in the same neck of the woods, sorry. Smallbone Reserve, KB Graham with a 10 down, then over to Queen's Park Reserve, where Jazzmaster shoots a very nice 3 down. Excuse me, 2 to go. We're going to go up to Taylor River up in Blenheim, and Darian Carrick shoots a very nice 6 down, and then over to Nelson at Brantford Park, where Disc Flinger 2007 shoots a very, very quality 11 under par to finish off the South Island. Purgy, hoping you can decipher all of those letters I put on your screen before and give us the North Island scores, please.
Of course, I'll channel my best Matt Drake and say we're going to pop over to the Bear and Paul Black layout where Ben 10 shoots a -4. I'm assuming that's Ben Morrison. I'm just going to call it as Ben Morrison, so -4. Over the pond of Wellington Harbour to Hokoikoi, where we have an even par for Andre and Elijah. Now, with some of the weather in Wellington this week and where Hokoikoi is, I'm surprised that you can even stand up at Hokoikoi, because that's right on the bay there. But Harcourt tournament layout this week. I assume that's for Fault Line next week, where I will be going to not shoot the hot score, but say hello to the Wellington disc golfers. We have Andy Davey, the master of Harcourt, with a 5 down. Flaxmere sees Leon Crellin with an 8 down. Spa Park thermal throwdown layout. We have Toxic Man Flap.
That was where my apology came in, in my explanation.
Nick 13. With Siren, go up to the Siren Tree Nursery. We have Samash 1202 with a neg 6. Up to Henderson, and it's pretty much same result, different week, with Jacko with a -14. Woodhill Blue sees Benjamin Yu at a -11. Rosedale, Ollie Webb, and Ad Nauseum at -5. I actually like this better than what Matt does in giving people actual names. Like, you should pay honour. They've put thought into their UDisc names, and we should honour that and not call them by their actual Christian names.
Mudflap 69, way better than your Christian name or whatever it was.
Toxic Man Flap. What is a man
Toxic Man Flap. Let's not get into that one on the show tonight. We don't want to get cancelled. What I do want to say is big hello, kia ora, to everybody that is in the chat. We've got Hayden Bonney in there. Liberate Your Slack. Marie Cummings, Taupo Rich, Calvin Cummings, who's also said that his neg 6 at Chingford included an ace. And Taupo Rich says Courtney Robinson. There was one comment there. Most folk playing the thermal throwdown 25 layout at Spa Park. That was where we got this week's hot score from as well. So thank you very much for reminding us of that. Yeah, just one tournament last week, I think, there, Burge. At least one that we're going to go over, and that was Temuka Tussle. I'm always upset that I don't get up to this one. I'm always upset that I don't get up to this tournament, because I love going camping in Temuka, as I think I've brought up on the show every single time. It's the best excuse to go do it, and I just haven't. So Temuka, hold me to it next year. Send me a message. Give me some stick. Make me come.
Get him up there.
Sign me up if I don't sign up, and then send me a double payment fee.
Yeah.
But this week we have your winner, not on the show, but he has been on the show recently, Sergey Salmon, taking it down.
Yeah.
On a roll.
Yeah, he is on a roll. And I mean, there's some good competition there as well. But do you remember messaging me and having a conversation after round 1 of this tournament? You took a screenshot and you sent it to me after round 1.
Oh, yeah, I did.
What the heck is going on here?
Yeah.
So I just want to shout out my mate, my NZDG mate, Mr. Ewan Craig. He finished in 11th place, but that is by far his greatest showing for a tournament in a long while, shooting
894 rated first round and 859 second round. Yeah, you're right. I did send you a screenshot.
Way over his, but he was sitting in 5th or 6th place after round 1, and we We bet on the
Yeah, if
wrong
we
Craig.
Yeah, we did. We'll see that when we get a little further down the list here. But Dmitry Sabatov coming in second, along with Joel and Sammy there, all shooting a 10 down there to share that second place. And then followed by Jay Watkinson in fifth. A little bit lost for words there. I didn't actually look down and notice there were three people in second. But Sergey taking it down, and then we head down to MA1 that sees Logan MacArthur with a very nice 12 down, playing well above his rating, as you usually do have to win these tournaments. Followed by Dwan Fisher and Jake Meikle. Yeah, second overall, one shot behind Sergey. So some really, really good work being played down there in MA1. Headed on down to FA1, Amanda Hooper in a division of her own gets it done with a 25 over, and then over to the young fellas in MA40. Some say the best division. Yet to be able to experience that, we'll let you know in a few years. But three people played, had a playoff. Dylan Borkowski, Scott Brooker, and Calvin Cummings. And I did see today, and I believe Scott Brooker took down the win. So big ups to Scotty Boy. Love seeing
awesome. That is awesome. That'd be his first NZDG tour win, I think.
Chia nui to that. Yeah, big shout out to Scotty. He messaged and said that he can't make Waihe this year, but he is going to come to Roxburgh Open. So we look forward to seeing you there, my brother. David Taylor in fourth, Mark Paku fifth, and then we head down to the ladies. The young ladies, Marie Cummings holding it down by one stroke over Harriata Niho. 17 over. This gets it done for Marie, and then Jessica Robert keeping it up in the rear.
Nice.
MA50, a little bit older, but still just as good. And in the negatives here, Gregor Brosnan called this one as well. Three under par, followed up by Tim Stewart and Mark Kane. We had, I don't want to use the words fallen off because I don't think that would be the case, but we did see a couple of people in the last few tournaments get one over on Mr. Gregor, I think. Yeah, good to see him back on top there, taking it out pretty solidly with 7 strokes over Tim. Down into the FA50 division, Donna Cormack gets it done over Janine Frost by 6 strokes. And then down to the MA60 sees Wayne Doyle. God, good battles everywhere here. One shot over Robin Hall. Wayne shooting an 18, Robin a 19. And then Cullum in third place with a 22 over par. And then we head down to MA2 that sees Sam Hall. Again, one stroke in it over Charlie Clemens and Aya Krieber, just one shot behind them, first, second, third. Really good showing in the MA2 division there.
That down to 16th place, 10 shots between first and 16th,
Yeah, that's toit. FA2 sees Katie Cunningham with a 4 over, absolutely dominating the rest of the field over Alexandra and Katie. MA4 sees Josh Lee, again, just 2 shots in an MA4 division, which can be, and take this as you will, sporadic in the scoring in the scoring regions. So well done to Josh Lee getting it done.
859 rated player playing MA4. I might be changing division.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you might be having a word with the tour director.
I might be changing division for GCO, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, Josh getting it done over Josh and other Josh getting it done over Jade there in MA4. Headed on down to FA4 and Emma Cowell. A little bit more than one stroke there. She gets it done with 27 over Morgan Lee, Nikki Dalloway and Emma Patton. Down to the juniors sees Mason LeBreton with a 37 over, taking the keys on that one. And then the FJ15 division, Aaliyah getting it done by one singular stroke over Mackenzie Craig, which has cost me all of my tipping tokens.
Cost you, it's cost me, it's cost you.
And because it's a young girl, a child, I can't hold it against her.
No,
I can hold it against her father. Clearly didn't feed enough wheat bix in the morning.
Hey, we've Mackenzie's come along to a couple of Sub-Zeros and stayed with us a couple of times. She, I think she's ready for a bit of the talking to, and I know she doesn't watch the show, so I can sit there and say it's time for Ewan to lay down the law and say that she has a job to do. And no, well done, Mackenzie.
Jokes aside, these young ladies are absolutely playing out their skin. I heard it was a battle, pretty much right down to the end. And you know, some of these juniors for a long time, and I know we're still not seeing big numbers. There's 3 in the MJ15, 3 in the FJ15, but for a long time we were only seeing 1 junior, you know, 1, and then we crept to 2, but that second junior would just come and go, and that's fair. Now we're seeing at least 3 usually across the board coming to every tournament that they can get into, right? And then we're seeing some of these juniors that have been around for, you know, 2 or 3 years now starting to creep up into that MA2 region and to the top end of that division. Case in point, Grayson Hearn. Obviously not a. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, man, I just love seeing the junior scene grow. So yeah,
100%.
big ups to Aaliyah for getting it done. Mackenzie, you'll get her next time.
Yeah, you got to give a shout out to tournament directors. I think the kids are one, but you know, for many of our tournaments, they're offering up spots that, you know, I think Temuka sold out, and you know, giving a spot to a junior means you're taking a spot away for an adult, and we're often giving those spots to juniors for free or for not much. And so, the tournament directors that offer discounted spots or free spots for kids, big shout out to you guys, because that's what's going to, you know, sustain the game for a longer period of time.
Yeah, totally. There's been a little bit of a change in that for probably the last 2 to 3 years now. We did a bit of a thing, a few of us TDs, I think 2 or 3 years ago, where we started giving juniors free entry to every tournament, and that seems to have just snowballed across the board. It's not possible at every event, you know. A lot of these tournaments cost TDs and whoever's running them a lot of money to even just get onto the courses and things like that, and all the other expenses around it. It's not possible. But I would say a good 90% of them right now are near on free for kids, you know, or just a really minimal fee, which is just amazing. So yeah, shout out to everyone that's been, allowing families to do this together. Yeah. Right, we're gonna change pages, head on over to something that is more in your realm than mine, Burge, if I'm honest. You know, over to the young fellas division, South Island Masters. The South Island Masters, mate. Yeah. What do you reckon? Do you know much about this?
Well, the Masters games have been around for a while, and I think disc golf has sort of started to, you know, it really comes down to the locals saying, you know, when the South Island Masters is coming to your town, it's the local people that run the sports that have to put up their hand and say to the organisers, hey, we should run disc golf. And I know, you know, Waimanti did it, I think it was last year, maybe the year before. I think this year it's in Blenheim.
Blenheim at Taylor River.
Yeah. So, you know, shout out to the clubs getting involved. But you got to think that South Island or Masters games, you know, sport's only part of the package, you know.
The whole experience for sure.
Yeah, what's the main reason you're going to a Masters games? You know, are you going there to play the sport, or are you going there for the entertainment afterwards, the camaraderie, so on and so forth. So.
Right. Tom's just in our ear, just reminding us that they do a lot of events. I actually wish I had that page in front of me, because it's dozens and dozens and dozens of different sporting events that go on. They have big get-togethers at restaurants, bars, and halls, sporting grounds, and things like that. But this year we've got 34 participants playing up at Taylor River. Hopefully they might see a couple more of those. The tournament is only 2 days away. I actually can't see anywhere to register, so maybe you can't register anymore. So the 34 people that are going there, good luck to you guys. As you said, it was down south in Waimate last year. It will be going back to Waimate. It switches, goes between Waimate and Blenheim every year.
Brilliant.
Oamaru and Blenheim, more specifically. So yeah, maybe in a couple of years I'll get to come and join you. Actually, to be fair, it's not just people over 40, right? Because you've got the MA30 division, so it's actually people over the age of 30. So yeah, we've got 11 people in MA30 there. So no, I can play because I'm not that young.
I think the only question about when we go is whether we're going for disc golf or other pursuits.
What did
you know? We are multi.
like
we are multi-skilled.
that bowls trip to the sports. to the North Island, I was going to say.
Yeah, the bowls trip. We've taken up a bit of stick golf, but
yeah.
maybe we could throw in something a bit different. See how many sports you can play in one tournament, one
Oh, I
weekend.
like that. A little
Yeah.
hurling or something like that. I don't know
Oh,
if that's in there, but that sounds a little fun. Might
yeah,
pull a muscle or two.
yeah. All right. Anyway,
So yeah, guys, even if you're in the area, guys, get down, check out the disc golf, check out the games just in general, because there's a lot of people from all over the country. Um, I just want to point out,
Yeah.
as I was just scrolling there, I just realised Stu Gilchrist
Yeah.
is headed all the way up from Queenstown, which is pretty cool. So it's a decent trip, especially with the weather we've been having. It actually might be quite an interesting trip to get up there. I hope he does get up there. Gregor Brosnan also playing. Rick Stevens from Rick's from down south, isn't he?
Rick
Rick's
Stevens,
from
Waimati
yeah.
boy. He was running for mayor. I didn't see whether he won or not, but he didn't win. Oh, sorry, Rick.
Yeah.
But well done.
But
Well
he
done
had
for standing.
he had his hat in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He had his hat in the ring. So good man. So Rick obviously was part of the Waimate one last year. So good to see him making the mission up there. All right. So we're going to head on over to our next event, which is quite a big one.
Yeah.
And something just a little bit different happening with this one, but this is the Taupo Thermal Throwdown.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I brought up with you earlier in the week, just when we were talking about a tournament, was the different way we can run ratings under NZDG. What these guys are doing, you guys aren't currently set up to do at NZDG, am I correct?
Well, I mean, Taupo Thermal Throwdown has never been on the NZDG tour because it's an AM only tournament traditionally anyway.
Yep.
But we will be bringing all sanctioned disc golf under the NZDG banner.
But sorry, I just want to rephrase this. So,
Yeah.
guys, what I'm talking about is Taupo Thermal Throwdown. Their divisions are going under the different color coding. So basically, blue, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I believe blue is actually that's the second one down. The top one is 970 above, which is I think gold, and then you go to blue, which has a maximum ceiling. The next one has a maximum ceiling. Next one has a maximum ceiling of the PDGA ratings.
Yeah.
And that's currently something that NZDG isn't set up to support. And I guess you and I briefly touched on it the other day.
Yeah, so
I wanted to ask you again: is that something that you guys are able to do?
Yeah, so we'd obviously a campaign for it during the SGM the AGM this year. So we're looking at trying to bring in some ratings caps that are New Zealand specific because A9, I think MA1 goes up to 975 rated, for instance.
Yeah, it's around there, 970-ish, yeah.
And, in New Zealand, that is quite clearly an MPO player. There's not many New Zealand players that are playing above 975, at all. So it's sort of more for the lower division. So, I made a bit of a call out before around Temuka of having an 859 rated player playing in MA4. I think we're looking at Garden City Open in a couple of weeks for South Island champs, and there's currently a few players registered in that MA4 division that are definitely good enough to be playing at a very, very minimum MA3. Some of them could play MA2 and even MA1, and so the reason we have multiple divisions is for people to go along and enjoy it. And we don't want, the technical term or the colloquial term is sandbaggers, but we want people entering a division that they feel comfortable in,
Yeah, totally. And that's I'm a big fan of what these guys have got going on here with they're still using the PDJs one, and as you say, we don't have that many people playing at that 970 plus level for MA1. But they don't have the gold division available here. Their top one is blue. And I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but that's their top division. And in the next division down, if you get to a certain level, you can't play in that, and you must go up to blue.
Yeah.
So I really, really, really like this. I'm fully in support of how this is set out. I would love to run
There's
tournaments
a
like
couple of
that.
teething problems with it. For instance, if you're they don't differentiate between, I don't believe they differentiate between male, female, or junior.
Nope.
So, as a female, we've got to be considerate that sometimes females don't like playing with men. They enter disc golf tournaments in female specific divisions, but they've advertised this early enough, letting people know early enough that they're going to do it this way, that you can enter knowing it. Right? So
Yep.
I'm looking at the RAE division. You got Kath Headley, you got Charlotte Dunkley, so on and so forth in that division with a whole heap of guys, and I mean, to me, that's cool. That's what I want to see. No, and it's not as if every tournament's doing it. I really like the fact that they're giving it a go. I'm sure they'll ask for feedback. They're really good at asking for feedback. So,
I've sorry, just because it's in the chat and I've got it here. I figured a way I could do this. I've jumped over to Disc Golf Scene and created a new tournament. So the gold one is 970 plus. Blue is lower than 970.
Yeah.
White is lower than 935.
Yeah.
Red is lower than 900. Green 850 and purple 800.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So those are the 6 or 7 different options you've got there. 970. Yeah. It is tight grouping. Sorry, and you guys can't hear Tom say that. He's chatting to us in the background. He's going, "That's tight groupings, man."
Yeah.
He's right. That is tight groupings, but I don't. Is it tight though? Because I mean, you've got a 900 to 935 jump. I kind of like that gap, because they get
the 50 ratings.
There is a lot of difference between 935 players and 900. Let's be realistic, but it gives you that next step to sort of aim towards to go. And though you're not going to be fighting anyone above 935.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I think I'm going to do my best to channel Matt Drake here and absolutely butcher the way that he interprets stats. But something in my head's telling me that 10 ratings points is roughly a shot. I don't know if I'm making that up in my head. Sorry, Matt, but I'm gonna own
That's
it.
what we're here for.
So 50 ratings points is 5 shots, and give or take between the 850 rated player and the 800 rated player. And I think like 5 shots is quite a lot, especially if it's per round. So I think that's a big margin. I like it though. I think it's not outrageous. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it falls. I think your stats nerds like Matt would be able to go back and look at it afterwards and do some sort of magic behind the scenes and prove whether it was a
not Matt, but the digital development and the stats team. Nothing to do with Matt.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Could never expect him to do something like that.
No, he's got help for that, right? It's all about the help. So.
Hey, look. There are a lot of people behind the show of Sweet Shane Live.
Mm-hmm.
The digital development team, Tommy's in the background here, chirping our ears off, but actually keeping the show going all the time. And then we also have another chat on Facebook that's dedicated to Sweet Shane, which has a bunch of people that are always helping us. So I just wanted to actually say a big shout out to you guys, because the show has developed over the years due to these people. So
100%.
For me, that was just a timely moment to go chia nui to you guys. Yeah. Anywho, right, we're gonna hit. Yeah, who are we backing? Yeah, that's a good shout. We didn't even do that. I was already just way down the line. Let's have a wee look-see here. I'm looking at a slightly different page to what Tom's got up. Louis Hickson, Josh Pratt is the out. Well, I can't see on the screen if Josh is the favorite. Sorry, Tom. I've got you so zoomed out so I can have everything on the screen to play Matt Drake tonight. Josh Pratt is the highest rated player in that division of blue at 958, with Ben Morrison 946, Tiger K 945 behind him. I'm going to call not a blowout, but I'm going to go down the list about 5 spots and call Mr. Finn Rumors for the dub this week in that blue division. How do you think? Who do you think?
Yeah, he could do it. I think it's on the sort of normal tournaments, not on your Topol Classic layout, your big American pros coming along. So I think I've never played this particular layout, but my assumption is it's shorter holes, and Finn rips it. Like he can throw it a flipping mile from what I remember.
Yep.
I'm going to go sideways as well. I think if it was more than 2 rounds, I think it's a one dayer. If it was more than 2 rounds, I'd be backing Hayden. I really like Ty Engelke. Um,
Yep.
yeah, I'm going to put my non-existent Sweet Chain coins on Ty Engelke.
Have you deleted all of yours as well?
I've sent them all on Mackenzie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Just a
So,
reminder.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, right. Well, there's our picks for the blue division. Down to the white division, where friend of the show, part of that chat group that I just spoke about a minute ago, he's Mr. Brett Carlisle is
Yeah.
in that list.
Is he? Where is he?
Brett,
Oh, he is too.
he is. Brett, I'd love to see you just come up here and have a little showing, my friend.
Yeah.
Let's get on that pyramid of the 1, 2, 3. Let's see. I'm backing Brett to get in that top 3 this week, but I think he might have his work cut out with him in the way of Gary Jarvis, the name that rings true on the show every single week nearly.
You're not backing Steve Lawson, and of course that he lives, close to, and he's not running the tournament, so he's not got that 8-shot burden of being TD on him. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Steve.
You're gonna go with Steve.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it Gary Jarvis. You're calling out Steve.
Yeah.
Then we head down to the red division, where if I'm honest, because I'm from the south and don't know everybody, I'm literally throwing darts at a dartboard blind on this one here.
Cass
Do you
Headley.
have any picks?
I'm going with Cass.
All righty.
No, hang on. How many in that division? 29 division.
29.
Let's go higher, lower. Cass top 10.
Kath top 10. I don't want to 11th.
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 Okay, I'll go.
Burst
Kath will
bubble,
go 14th.
They call it bubble boy in poker. So,
yeah. 14th.
And then, down into green. Actually, I mean, I can look over on the screen. It's just a little bit behind. I do apologize, guys. Playing Matt is not easy. And my hat goes off to you because this is absolutely out the gate, the amount of stuff I've got in front of me. RAF division. Just going to take the odds on favourite at a 13.9. You are my pick this week in that division. And then who are you taking? You want to take anybody?
I'm trying to see if I know anyone on that. I'll go Caitlin McLeod.
Okay, Caitlin McLeod. I'm covering up the ratings over on my screen here for this last division, and I'm going to call out purple division, Andrew Glover. I love that name. Andrew Glover for the dub in that purple division.
Yeah, I'll go Steve Sargent. Bit of alliteration in the name.
There we go. Glover and the Sergeant.
Glover and the Sergeant.
Fantastic. All right, so that's the Taupo Thermal Throwdown running across the 26th and 27th of October this weekend. Is that Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday, Monday?
Oh, it is a 2-day. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is a 2-day. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll take it back. I reckon Hayden's going to win the top one then.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. I assume it's Saturday, Sunday, and allow some time to travel on the Monday, but hopefully.
Who knows? All I have to do is click on this calendar button, and I'll be able to tell you it's Sunday, Monday.
Sunday, Monday. Oh, okay, yeah.
26th is
up
26th
on Saturday, do some
Sunday.
breakfast. Makes sense. Hopefully I will have some news for something very exciting for this time next year. For the New Zealand disc golf calendar, a bit of logistics to go backwards and forwards with the PDGA around it, but hopefully something big and something different for the disc golf public coming next year.
Is that what you're gonna leave us with that one? Just a wee taste?
We taster.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll follow that up when we're talking about something big here. Drum roll, please. Sweet Chain Nation coming up on December the is it 13th? December 13th. I've been looking at far too many numbers. December 13th, we've got, well, before the start of the show, we had 181 people signed up. So probably around about 100 away from getting that sweet number the sweet number of the most players ever playing disc golf in a single day in New Zealand, which is our target. I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited for this. I was part of the original brainchild for this sort of idea, and I love doing and seeing things like this, things that you can get everybody excited about, and it's something so simple and so easy to be involved with, you know.
But the fact that the thing that I like about this is that December's actually a December one dayer is a prime time to play some disc golf, right?
Totally.
Because everyone's got their work parties and all that sort of stuff. And if it was a 2-dayer somewhere in the country, then you got to travel there. But you got multiple cheap events all around the country, and it's a 1-dayer. So you can still have your family day, you can still be hungover from your work party, and then you can go and play some disc golf for bugger all. So I think it's a brilliant thing.
Sorry.
Say that again, Tom.
Hold, please, callers. Tom, one more time. Is that going out tonight? Okay, so everybody that's registered in this tournament and any of these 8 tournaments is going to go in the draw to win a prize straight out of Tom's personal collection. But yeah, we're headed over. Sorry, Burge. We're headed to Queenstown. Yep. We're headed to Christchurch. We're headed to Invercargill, Wellington, Timaru, Westport, Taupo, and Auckland. So across the entire country, I'm excited. One place that's sold out, as we mentioned last week, Westport, 50 people, 50 players, and I believe like 23 of those are juniors off the top of my head.
That's so cool.
14, 22, 23. There we go, 23 juniors. So 14 in the MJ15 division.
Assuming they're holding
FJ
that in their brand new,
8.
it's in Westport, not in. They've just put in a course, I believe, in Riverton. Stephen Dory will be able to remind me. But I'm pretty sure it's in Riverton. Riverton? Not
it's
Riverton.
It's being played on the Esplanade in Westport.
Okay, cool. But Stephen Dory's just put in another course somewhere over there. I'm pretty sure it's in Riverton. Riverton's down south.
Riverton is down south. That's not that far from us here.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, Sweet Chain Nation. Don't want to bag on about it too much because you guys that are all in here already know what it is, when it is, and you best be playing.
Well, there really is no excuse for 496 players to not enter these tournaments, right?
Correct.
If you're a genuine subscriber.
Well, there's probably a couple of people from Bangladesh or wherever you've been signing accounts and that we don't expect to be there. But outside of that, yes, there's a very large portion of you guys that are subbed and following to the site that we would love to see at these events. I just actually want to take a look over to the chat. It's usually my job to look over to the chat when Matt's hosting, and I'm struggling tonight to look over here, but there's obviously a lot of chat going on in here. Can people register on the day? I'm assuming that is for Sweet Chain Nation. That's going to be different per event. Some of the TDs are new. They might not have the capacity to do that, but we are all working on this together. So yeah, we'll make it happen. I mean, Queenstown one's $5. If you're in Queenstown, just get yourself signed up ahead of time. Make our life easier, actually, as the tournament directors. We would really appreciate people not showing up on the day, not signed up. We're not saying don't do it, but just pre-register. It makes our life a heck of a lot easier than having to try and find you a spot on the course to actually join into a round and on a card. Did you run that Macbeth event a few years back? Yes, I did. I can't remember how many events we did. It was quite a few all across. It was mostly the South Island, I think. But yeah, we had a bunch of people playing that. I actually did look the numbers up for that at one point, and it was around 200. But at that point, that was a lot of people playing disc golf on a single day. So that was really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, GCO in a couple of weeks is at 192 with a wait list of 6 players. So if they had the room and had the ability, they could get it to 200 with one event, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, heck yeah. And then just, shout out to Brett, Craig Lycan, Mikey Hughes in the chat, you and Craig's in the chat. And Calvin, anyone that I've missed up there, thank you for joining us tonight, guys.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on right now, and we're going to head over to play some Distal. Now, we've learned from the many occasions when we've gone to something like a Latitude 64 that I am so far out the game with this that I'm really going to be relying on Mr. Burgess and probably the chat to get us through this.
Cool.
Burge, you're back on the show tonight. I'm going to ask you to go first. Please take it away.
Cool. I'm going to start with MVP because we're going to struggle if it's that. So if it is that, we need as many guesses as possible. So I'll start with a MVP Tesla, round about the middle.
What the heck is a Tesla?
9-speed. Yeah. So good. We're not MVP or Axiom or Streamline. So good. And low glide.
Low glide.
I reckon it's going
slower
to be
slower than a 9,
slow.
lower glide.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Shall we just go with something like let's go a pig, please.
Yep. Yeah.
I was thinking about what's in my bag. There's a pig right there.
Who doesn't have a pig? There you go, slightly faster. Okay, but we've got the glide of 1. Jeez. What is a 5-speed that's 1 glide?
Chat.
5-speed that is 1 glide.
5-speed. God.
Must be
and not
stupid
and not MVP.
Okay, so I'm going to go a mutant.
A mutant?
A mutant.
Okay. If it was Dismania, I was thinking in like that MD5 range potentially, but it's not. But it's not Dismania.
How do you get so low a glide for? Oh, no.
Oh, I like Scott Brooker's call here of a Justice. This is a disc we used to see a heck of a lot back in the day, and I just don't see it as much anymore. But man, that thing is awesome. Let's go Justice,
like
please.
A Swarm as well. There you go. Boom.
Shot Scotty B.
0.54.
He's 2 from 2 this week, ladies and gentlemen. He's got the playoff win at the Temuka Tussle, and he's got the W here today at Sweet Chain Live on the Distal event. All right, we're going to head over and have a look at how the Disc Golf Valley went. The code has been above my head for the entire show. I did say at the top of the hour that Mr. Tom, back at the not going to say what almost came out.
Do the slow roll.
background Tom, Background Tom put it on me and Burgess right before this, only playing once each. 7 down for Blakey, 7 down for Calvin, 7 over for Scott. Right, you didn't go 3 from 3, Scotty.
Stop hovering on the +1, okay?
Morgan, 10 over. That's not me. Other Morgan, me, 5 down, and another 7 down for Mr. Tom. So we've got a multi-way tie there. 3-way. I think you guys need to have a battle after the show. Just set up another one, Tom. Send the code out. Get onto that space, that stupid space layout that you talked about before, Burge. As I said, I shot a 19 over on one hole on that, and I was putting each time, and it was going about 80 meters. Oh, goodness me.
Yeah.
Right. Guys, I am going to take the time of the show right now to just shout out a couple of my events that are coming up. Matt's not here to stop me doing it, so whatever. Wahitapu is in 2 weeks' time. Still spaces available. Yep, we've got up to the numbers that I'm pretty happy with running with. I'd run with 6 people, honestly. I would go up there and run with 6 people. We've just cracked over 72 players, which I'm really, really happy with. That 70 to 80 range is awesome for any sort of tournament that you go to. It's just going to be an incredible weekend. This is going to be your last chance to play Wahitapu. If you've sort of been on the fence for a year or more about doing it, just pull the trigger. You will not regret it. It's going to be an absolute hooer of a time. And then we have just... Yeah, something tells me I might be left with a few missing ones this time around, but a few celebrations, I would say. And then the other one that I've got coming up, which is the very last Generation Disc Golf event ever, is going to be Roxburgh Open. On the NZDG website, it's listed as the 13th and 14th of February. Those dates have changed just due to a scheduling conflict with the golf club with their new club championship day. And we are now on the 24th and 25th of January. So, yeah, if you guys haven't experienced Roxburgh, that's another one that's probably... It's right up there with Waihi. It's just a different type of tournament, but what an incredible scene to finish on for Adam and I. I'm very excited that that is the location. If it wasn't going to be Waihi, it had to be there, basically. So
Look,
come on down. We're doing something a little different there, Birch, with our prizes. Did you see this?
yeah, you're doing your baskets.
Yeah, well, basket's another thing. So we're doing... Basically, it's going to be a trophy-only tournament, and we're going to be giving away at least, and it's going to be a numbers thing. If we get over X amount of numbers, we'll give away more baskets, but at least 10 baskets, and then a bunch of other prizes and, sponsorship prizes and things. They'll all be done as a big waffle giveaway at the end of the tournament during the prize/trophy giving.
Nice.
So anywhere you come across the board, you've got a chance to win something. We'll make sure we've got a bunch of stuff. So hopefully a lot of people are going to walk away with some cool prizes, and, it's going to be a cool way to finish things off. So,
I mean, there's something about Roxburgh, right? Like, I mean, Waihi, Oho and Roxburgh, they're two completely unique courses, right? There is nothing like either of them anywhere in New Zealand. Just for Waihi, it's your scenery, it's your fact, it's just a place where you're feeling just at one with everything. The disc golf really takes a second or third seat to everything else that goes on around the scenery, the camaraderie, so on and so forth. And then Roxburgh with the elevation changes and the rocky sort of almost desert type feel.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Joshua
unique
Tree
golf
type
course.
feel,
Just in general, as far as golf courses go, it's actually a really unique one. We don't really have anything else, even around Central Otago, that's similar to it.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you mean. We're going to do a little bit of a course switch up at Roxburgh this year. We're going to try and get down over that Christmas sort of break time, and do a little bit of investigation as to how we can change the course up. It's a little bit hard because we use the entire course and there are so many different holes that we could play there. But finding the flow, we've got the flow down so good with what we've got. But after all these years of being playing there and running tournaments there, I need to have some of these holes I've been looking at for those years. I just need to do it for my own sanity. Because, I don't want those what ifs after the fact once it's all said and done.
100%. And, you might inspire some future TDs that can go and create their own relationship with golf courses around just by showing them something different.
Yeah, totally. We've been seeing a lot of disc golf tournaments being run on golf courses, especially over the last probably 3 or 4 years, down Dunedin and Invercargill way. They're the ones that spring to mind for me. Obviously, they're quite local to us, but they're happening all over the country. They really are springing up all over the place. They are perfect venues. Most of them have a clubhouse. Most of them have a bar. They have facilities. It's all there. And we have a lot of rural courses in New Zealand that aren't making a lot of money. So if we can come to the table, offer them X amount of dollars, depending on whatever that's going to be, that could be more than what they're making in that day, tenfold a lot of the time.
100%.
So,
and it really brings some life to the town. I look at Sub-Zero for the last couple of years. We make a massive deal out of that Saturday night at the pub watching the All Blacks play. And, it's just, it means a lot to the locals and a shoulder season for them, whether in between tourism seasons or, whatnot. And the locals really appreciate it. So, and it gives us an excuse to go away on a boys' trip, right? Or girls' trip. But
yeah, the boys and Mackenzie trip, we call it these days.
Exactly. So
someone's got to keep the boys in line.
yeah.
Just speaking of Sub-Zero,
Yeah.
Are you going to keep that going next year?
Yeah, I think I'd like to. It is getting to the point where it's only viable if we get good numbers. So it might be we're going to run it, but basically, if we get below X amount of numbers, we'll have to pull the pin, X amount
Yeah.
of weeks out before, because I've done the numbers, and to sort of justify, because it's kind of in the middle of me and Ewan,
Hmm.
and to justify both of us leaving our families, going to Umarama in the freezing flipping cold, and running a tournament, we kind of need to hit 55-ish players to make it actually worthwhile. Um,
Yeah.
so I think we'll run it, because what else are we doing at that time of year, right? And
Yeah. Hey, look, I'll be there. I'll be
yeah,
there. Promise
and
you that.
it's one of those. We got snow this year, for about half of the first round, and you know, maybe we've got to keep that sort of incentive for those North Islanders to come down and experience real winter disc golf, not this windy, rainy crap that happens up there. Real winter disc golf, where it could be -10 degrees and a foot of snow, or it could be 12 degrees and sunshine, you know?
Yeah. And it could be that in the same day.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Yeah. So
right. So make sure you get yourselves over to the winter sun
with
next
winter
June,
sun.
July sort of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the winter sun at Sub-Zero.
First
We've
weekend,
got one last.
first All Blacks
Oh,
game of the
sorry.
year is when we're going to look to run it every year. Yeah.
Yes. We're going to head over to one more thing before we depart this evening. We're going to head over to the power rankings, which we're going to go straight into the ladies. And we're on screen right now. We're Haley May Flintoff. No change by the looks of it this week. No change this week. Haley's still leading the way over Allison and Amy Whitmore down there in the third place. Again, I say it every week. I can't wait to see Amy when she does come back from overseas on her States trip, because I think she might be a new, we'll just say a new beast, for a lack of a better term, because she is playing and she is winning in the States right
Yeah.
now. She's down in Florida. She's playing every single day, touring around, playing leagues, winning putting leagues. We might have a bit of a shake-up whenever she does get back, because I don't think she still has a return flight. But yeah, and then over to the gentlemen's, please, Thomas. Thank you very much. No change. No change. Can we scroll down just a wee bit
Sergey.
further? Do we have any change?
Top
Nothing in
25.
the top 25. Okay, so just Levi still at the top
Well,
up
there you go.
there.
It hasn't changed since the 18th of October.
No change since 18th of
Yeah.
October. Roger
Probably
that.
just hasn't been
Levi,
updated since last week.
Johnny, Simon.
Yeah.
Well, Matt was saying in the chat earlier that, I mean, to be fair, we've only had Tamuka Tussle, right? So Sergey would have been the only one that potentially may have made a change in that top 25. But yeah. But guys, that's the show for the week. Matt Drake.
One
Yes, please carry on.
Yeah, just want to do a shout out for the Christchurch Disc Golf Club. Hagley Disc Golf Park opens to green fee players on Sunday this week. Hopefully Hagley hasn't been battered too much by the trees and the weather, but Ewan's informed me that it is open to green fee players this Sunday for the first time ever. So go along and check it out.
That's
Have a
exciting.
wee bit of a play, so on and so forth. He also said that the caddy books with GCO South Island Champs will be coming out hopefully on Monday night. And I just wanted to shout out as well that I will be heading up, and on the Thursday night before the South Island Champs, we're going to be doing obviously a players meeting, and which the tournament directors Andrew and Ewan will run, but I'll also be doing a bit of a Q&A panel with a couple of up and coming MPO and maybe some junior female players. Hopefully trying to convince some food trucks the bar will be open, so on and so forth. But we're actually going to be doing an SGM, a special general meeting for
Yes.
NZDG at that meeting. We'll have a live stream for those that aren't coming to GCO. But as a part of the legislation changes for incorporated societies, we had to change our constitution, and so we need to get that ratified by the membership. Yeah, so couple of changes coming for the constitution. Nothing massively material, just doing a little bit of minimum stuff to get it up to what's legal. But hopefully we've also building in a little bit of wiggle room, so maybe we can attract some more directors for the NZDG board as well.
Yeah, because you're still looking for some more, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, we've got room for 7, and at the moment, we've got 2 roles empty.
Yeah.
But we've got a bit of project work going on in the background by some trusty sources. So hopefully something really cool to show off in the next couple of months there. But yeah, we'd really like some help. We'd especially love some help and some input from the North Island to help. Simon. I mean, Simon Feasy has a pretty influential voice in that room anyway, because he's probably been around a while. But it'd be great to have some more New Zealand, North Island flavour to the NZDG board, because at the moment we're dominated by Otago, Wanaka, Queenstown, and Christchurch. So yeah, if you're in the North Island,
which is not a negative thing, guys. It's also not a negative thing, but really to have impact, you really do need some more people from the north. You definitely do need some more people from the north, right? As you say, you need to blend that flavour together and make something that works for everyone year in, year out.
Yeah. But so just shout out to Christchurch Disc Golf Club for allowing us to do that as a part of their player meeting, and hopefully we're going to make a bit of a night of it. We've got one special guest, Mr. Francis Orange, to come along and be interviewed as a part of a panel. Mr. Levi Stout, if you're checking your Instagram, can you please check your Instagram messages from me? I'd love for you to be on that panel alongside Francis, and hopefully we'll get some voice from Seb Falconer, who's back in the country at the moment, just talking about his travels overseas.
He's back. Awesome. Yeah, so I didn't know he was back. That's really
he doesn't know that he's going to get interviewed, but I didn't tell him until 5 minutes before the last time I interviewed him, so I'm sure he'll be fine.
Well, he's got a bit more of a heads up after he sees it on the show tonight.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Happy days. All right, guys, get involved, NZDG. And if you do have any questions, just direct them straight to Mr. Burgess, Mr. Ewan Craig, or email any of the guys at NZDG. Their details are on the website at nzdg.co.nz. Is that correct?
Org.nz.
.org.nz. Sorry, thank you very much. All the details are on there, and for all the events and everything nationwide. That's it for us tonight. Thank you for putting up with myself and Arn. We do our best Matt Drake impressions after 9 p.m. every Thursday when he is not about. Good luck to everyone playing the Taupo Thermal Throwdown this weekend. Wherever you're playing disc golf.
Fist your friends.
No. No, yes. South Island Masters also, on the Sunday this weekend. Wherever you're playing disc golf, take it easy, get some birdies, and we'll see you next week. See you.
Cheers.